Welcome to another Direct Mobiles TV, and this time we review the Samsung Galaxy S20 Plus and S20 Plus 5G. This one sits in the middle of the S20 range, although all three of the handsets shouldn't really be considered as mid-range, premium or budget. They're all flagship phones and all have 5G variants. But here's the thing, we think that even if you're the type of person who only wants the best and you have your eye on the S20 Ultra, well, we think here at Direct Mobiles that you should still consider the S20 Plus, and here's why. The design of Samsung's flagship S-series handsets always impresses us, but this time they've really pulled it off. It's hard to appreciate unless you can hold one of these in your hand. It's an elegant design with its 20:9 screen aspect ratio. It's very light and slim at 7.8mm in thickness, the total opposite of recent 5G enabled handsets, which do tend to be a little bit chunkier than their 4G counterparts. The thin aluminium frame is sandwiched between Gorilla Glass 6 on the front and the back and surrounds the new rectangular camera system, which, despite not having the amazing 100x zoom range of the S20 Ultra, still performs at an incredible level, and I'll get to the camera shortly. But perhaps the most impressive aspect about the design is the almost non-existent bezels that surround the S20 Plus's display. They really are tiny, even on the chin, and this really is a gorgeous screen which is interrupted only by the smallest of pinhole selfie cameras. Although the screen is very slightly curved at its edges, it's not what you would call a curved display. It is still a flat screen device. And just like all Samsung S-series phones, this screen is one of the main highlights. We have a 6.7-inch Quad HD Plus Dynamic AMOLED x2 Infinity O display with 525 ppi and HDR10 Plus certification. But perhaps the most impressive feature about this screen is its 120Hz maximum refresh rate. This means that the screen is refreshed or updated twice as much as regular displays, giving you much smoother scrolling and animation. For me, this really adds to the whole user experience, although for the moment at least, you can't combine that 120Hz refresh rate with the QHD Plus resolution. You have to drop down to 1080p, although this is something that Samsung are working on fixing. This display truly is among the very best there is on any smartphone right now, and its practically bezel-less design makes it a pleasure to view. If one of your main motivations for buying a smartphone is its display, then Samsung definitely have you covered with the S20 series. Of course, state-of-the-art technology runs on state-of-the-art software, and the S20 series comes loaded with Android 10-based Samsung One UI 2. This time, Samsung have revised their gesture navigation system, and now it requires you to swipe in from the sides of the screen to go back, rather than swiping up. We think that this is definitely an improvement, and makes it a much nicer user experience. Of course, we get the system-wide dark mode, which can be scheduled to automatically turn on between sunset and sunrise. Swipe right from the home screen and you'll be taken to Samsung Daily. This will give you a list of widgets to certain apps that are installed on your phone and can be customized in the menu to display the ones you want. Swipe the tab in the top corner of the display to get quick access to certain apps or to your tools such as the compass, tally counter, torch, surface level and ruler. It also gives you access to Smart Select, which lets you capture a portion of the screen to use as an image or as a GIF. Of course, this can be customized to display the apps and tools that you want, and does come in very handy. When it comes to the performance of the S20 Plus, well, it is extremely impressive. The performance that you get from the new chipset, even compared to last year's Note 10 Plus, is noticeably faster. The Exynos 990 or the Snapdragon 865, depending on your region, together with 12GB of RAM, may have something to do with that noticeable increase in performance. But it's also the ultra-fast UFS 3.0 storage that drastically improves loading times, which again adds to the fantastically smooth user experience. The S20 Plus 5G also performs when it comes to its connectivity, with sub-6 and millimeter wave bands supported. Most areas that have 5G at the moment use sub-6 bands, which give us good network speeds, but relatively slow in comparison to millimeter wave, which can easily provide speeds in excess of 1 gigabit per second. So although millimeter wave speeds are not widely available at the moment, the S20 Plus 5G should eventually get even faster as the networks evolve. The camera is the main difference between this and the more expensive Galaxy S20 Ultra. The 108 megapixel sensor and 100x space zoom do not feature in the Galaxy S20 Plus, so you might think that you would be getting a camera that's inferior to the Ultra, and I suppose in some ways that is true, but The performance of the S20 Plus camera should not be overlooked, and we absolutely love the pictures that we're getting from this phone. And it's not just the photos, video is also incredible, with all of the S20 series being able to shoot video at 8K resolution and with very good stabilization to go with it. But let's start with the front camera, because that is also exceptionally good. It's a 10 megapixel unit with an f2.2 lens. There is near as no difference between the front and rear cameras in the quality that they provide. And best of all, this camera can shoot beautiful, smooth 4K video at 60 frames per second. The stabilization is so good that it looks like I'm holding a gimbal here, but I'm not. This phone is definitely one for the selfie lovers. On the back, we've got a quad camera system for the S20 Plus. This consists of two brand new 12 megapixel sensors. One is an ultra wide angle with a 13mm focal length. The other is a normal lens with a 26mm focal length and an f1.8 lens. These are paired with Samsung's new 64 megapixel sensor, and it's used with the telephoto lens, providing a 3x hybrid optical zoom and a 30x super resolution zoom. This combines the ability to crop the high resolution images with the optical zoom to give very usable shots, right up to, I would say, around about 20 times. Pushing it to 30 times does see a huge drop in quality, but it really is incredible how much detail is in these 64 megapixel images. The last lens on the back is its depth vision camera. For the first time in a Samsung device, we're seeing this brilliant bit of kit, which is a time of flight sensor and allows the device to know how far away its subject is and therefore produce fantastic portrait shots and live focus video. As always, Samsung pack plenty of features into the camera app. Single Take is a new feature that allows you to record a short clip where the AI will take it upon itself to choose the best moments and grab images from your video. There's also a new Pro Video mode, allowing for full manual controls of the video settings, perfect for filmmakers who want to make the most of that amazing 8K resolution. It really is a stunning camera system that is a lot of fun to use and produces quality shots even at high magnification. Even though it doesn't have the headline grabbing specs of the Ultra, the real difference between the two cameras is a lot smaller than you think. The quality of the video at all resolutions is incredible, with excellent stabilization, especially at 1080p, with the ultra wide angle camera able to use super steady shot. This mode shoots video at a much higher resolution, but will give you a 1080p video, allowing the camera to heavily crop in and then correct for any kind of handshake. Stabilization is also very good at 4K and at 4K 60 frames per second, but you'll be really glad to know that even at 8K resolution, you get very good stabilization. It really is incredible what Samsung have done here for video. There are very few cameras that are capable of shooting at 8K resolution, and the ones that can cost a lot more than this device. For me, the performance from the camera, especially for video, goes some way to justifying that heavy price tag. Good sound quality with stereo speakers has always been a feature of the S-series devices, and naturally the Galaxy S20 Plus continues that trend and provides a good, well-balanced sound that has plenty of volume. Let's have a listen.
We're creating synthetic life forms.
Narek's located the synthetic's nest. We've got our work to do.
Captain Rios, please take me home.
I got you.
With so much sophisticated high-end technology on board, the S20 Plus needs a powerful battery to keep it going throughout the day. The S20 Plus comes with a 4,500 mAh battery, which can be charged quickly with super fast 25-watt charging and 15-watt wireless charging. The battery performance has been surprisingly good, considering that this phone has to power both a 5G modem and its 120Hz display. Switching it to 60Hz does provide you with a noticeable boost in battery life, although the extra drain of having it in 120Hz mode is not as bad as we feared. And regardless of how you use it, a full day's use is easily possible. Overall, this is a stunning phone. Beautiful design with cutting-edge technology, but it does come pricey. The Galaxy S20 Plus starts at £899, whilst the 5G version will cost you £999. It is a lot of money, but considering that this phone keeps much of the same technology as the more expensive Galaxy S20 Ultra, including the chipset and the display, it's only really in the camera system that we see differences in hardware. And although the camera tech in the Galaxy S20 Plus is not exactly the same, it does match the quality of the more expensive Ultra. We're really impressed with the S20 Plus here at Direct Mobiles and actually think it's the more sensible purchase than the Ultra. but we'd love to know what you think. So leave us a comment down below and let us know if you'd go for this phone over the Ultra. We hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, then please leave us a like and subscribe to Direct Mobiles for more. We have over 24 years of award-winning customer service. Find your next phone at Direct Mobiles.